joined by Head of State Operations Jackie Bray. I just concluded a meeting with Border Czar Tom Homan. He came here because I initiated a conversation about our deep concerns about immigration enforcement in the state of New York while I was in the White House about 2 weeks ago. And as a result of that, we spoke on the phone, and he decided he would come see me in person, so I extended that invitation. But I took the opportunity to make our position clear. First of all, I do not support open borders. We want to make sure that our borders are safe and secure. I do not support having individuals who've committed violent crimes remain in our state. They should be deported. But I also believe in a pathway to citizenship and the opportunities for people who are already here, who came with legal status, who are welcomed at the door and given a legal document, a pathway to citizenship through asylum. I want those individuals to be able to work. We talked about work permits and how important that is to be able to allow them to work on our farms and in hospitality and in healthcare and all the jobs that are going unfilled now. And I will also say that I spoke about the incident in Buffalo, how horrific it was, and I comforted the mother of the wife of the refugee who was blind and left abandoned at a Tim Hortons a few weeks ago during a very cold night, and that led to his death. And we gave him a list of names of family members left in Myanmar and asked that they be given visas so they can be united. This is the sobbing widow's request to me. So I said we would pursue that as well. And we also provided the names of a number of students who are in detention that we would like to see released. I'd also mentioned how we do not want to see any large-scale detention centers or expansions of detention centers here in the state of New York. That has created anxiety all the way from Orange County to Suffolk County to the North Country and Rochester. So I raised those issues as well. That is basically the context of the conversation. It was an important conversation to be had for him to hear directly from me the concerns I have on behalf of New Yorkers as I continue my prime responsibility, which is to keep New Yorkers safe. And I will not be disclosing his side of the conversation. I'm just telling you what I raised with him. But if there's any quick questions on topic, I am very delayed right now. Need to get to Central New York. There.
Obviously, you're not going to raise what Mr. Homan talked about, but was there any discussion about some of the guardrail legislation on deportations that have been negotiated and discussed here?
Not on the legislation specifically, but just, conversation about what happens after people have served their time in our prisons. And yes, we have a path where someone has committed a crime and served their time that we already are in the, we already do as current law. Have them removed by ICE. That is the law that's been in place for years. And we had a brief conversation about jails, but I was not getting into specifics about the bills I've introduced. That is something we will do here in the state of New York, independent of Washington.
Previously, you said that the president's people have assured you that they won't send in, Minnesota-type enforcement to New York unless you ask for it. Is there anything that happened in this meeting that changes that? Did you discuss that at all with Mr. Homan?
Yes. I did raise to reinforce the president's position. While I had his border czar with me, I said, as you know, the president in the White House, when I was there a few weeks ago, did say that he would not be, would not engage in a large-scale surge in the state of New York unless, he said, unless Kathy asked. And I can once again reassure all New Yorkers that request will never occur. So I reiterated that to him just as a reminder that that is the state of affairs as a directive from the president, that they are not going to have a surge anywhere near what we've seen in other states here in the state of New York.
Did he give you any indication that he agrees with that assessment?
I felt he did.
Governor,